Welcome to the big hit, and Tom Loy got a little carried away there, but we're going to reorganize ourselves and get in the groove. Yes, it's the big hit, and I'm your host, Chris Miller. And before we get started off, we would like to introduce and welcome back former host, the man and the legend, Tom Loy. How you doing tonight?
Good, how you doing?
Is it good to be back?
It is. It's good to be back.
All right, that's enough
nice
for you.
to stop by.
That's enough for you. All right, and also joining him, former part of the crew, the three-headed monster that we were last year, Adam Ripple. How you doing tonight?
Good. How about yourself?
All right, you know what? You asked me that 2 weeks ago. Sick of that. All right, but let's get started. And once again, March Madness. It's underway. Got 2 rounds in the books. A lot of exciting games. And the first question of the night, which has been the best game so far, Tom?
I'm going with the Virginia Commonwealth win over Duke, 79-77. Eric Maynor hit a big bucket at the free throw line over Greg Paulus. Paulus played well, 25 points, career high. I'm going with that game.
Just to change things up, I'm going to take the Washington State-Vanderbilt game. Vanderbilt pulling the win out in double overtime. Great performances all around, offensive and defensively. Tough place in Sacramento. Arco was pumped. Seemed like it was a Kings game almost there. But I'm going to go with that game.
I like the VCU versus Pitt game, and although Pitt was up by 19, VCU made a game of it down the stretch. Some critical missed free throws from Pitt, but they got it done in overtime. Another game, the Ohio State-Xavier game. What a job by Ohio State finishing the game out in overtime without Greg Oden playing the superstar of the team. They got the job done and were able to advance. That was a thrilling game, especially in the final seconds, getting that three-point bucket. So 2 great games there. And like you said earlier, in the first round, VCU versus Duke, what a shot to upend Duke and send them home early, which I'm sure you were very proud of.
I was, as a Carolina fan, big thing.
Yeah, NC. You got NC winning this year?
I do. I have them winning it all.
Just like the past 10 years.
10 deep. They're running 10 deep right now on the squad, so look for them to go.
All right, let's move on to a surprise team. Not really as big a surprise as last year's George Mason, but they got through the first 2 rounds with some solid play. UNLV. Now they face Oregon this week in the Sweet 16. Can they make a serious run at this year's championship?
No, I don't believe so. They beat a very inconsistent young Georgia Tech team. They got Thaddeus Young playing good ball, but he's a one-and-done kind of guy. And they beat a very, very overrated Wisconsin team. I don't think they can get it done. They're going to go play Oregon, Tawan Porter, Aaron Brooks. Too much athleticism on the floor for them.
I definitely don't think they have a championship running team right now. I don't think they can get that far, especially like the old UNLV teams. But I do think they can upset Oregon, especially because they play the half-court game well. They get good shots. Most of their shots come with under 5 seconds left on the shot clock. So I think if they can get the half-court game established and not get in a running pace game with Oregon, I think they have a great chance.
I'm going to agree with you. And, Tom, I think you said that you don't think that UNLV will get past Oregon. Am I correct?
No, they won't. They will not get past Oregon.
Well, I'm going to go with Adam and say that UNLV will get past Oregon. I think they have a real good chance. But when it comes down, they're going to play Florida. And I have Florida winning the championship. So, unfortunately, I think that their run is going to end in the Elite Eight. But right now, I think that they will get the first 3 wins in the tournament, get to the Elite Eight. But eventually, they'll be done when they play Florida because they are going to win the championship. But, yeah, if they pull off a George Mason like last year, it'd be a phenomenal story. But
especially nice for the father-son combination.
I wouldn't call him more of a George Mason. I mean,
they do have
good-sized schools, so it's
they're
be a good story, but definitely not
they're
George
kind
Mason now.
of unexpected, with the big name schools.
Fair enough.
Very good.
It's the first time they got this far since the years of Tark.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, nice name drop.
All right, out of March Madness, but still a little bit related. We've got Kevin Durant and Greg Oden, some name splashes from the NBA, and we got some fines handed out. Boston fined $30,000 for name dropping. MJ, good old Michael Jordan, fined $15,000. And earlier this month, Don Nelson fined $15,000 for name dropping Durant and Oden. Now these guys pretty much a lock for next year in the NBA. Who stays and who goes? Or both go or both stay?
Both gone. Greg Oden, Kevin Durant, both gone. No reason to stay. The only thing that would keep them from going 1-2, I guess you could say, if they come back, the only thing that keep them from going 1-2 would be an injury. So just go now. They're both NBA ready. Going to go 1-2. You got David Robinson, clone, and Greg Oden, defensive stopper. And Kevin Durant's pretty much a cross between Garnett and Nowitzki. Can't pass on them.
I think they definitely should both go at this point, especially you see people that are getting injuries that come back for a year later on and they're out and their draft status drops and they're not a lottery pick. But I think Durant would be the person that would stay more just for the way that their season ended. I think he might have something to gain if he came back, maybe looking for a national championship. They do have a good basis there that's coming back, so I think they'd have a good team.
I actually think Durant is going to go. I think his play has been far better than Greg Oden this year. I don't like Greg Oden in his performance this year. I think he's just too inconsistent. Granted, he's had the injury and shooting free throws with the offhand, but still, I just haven't seen enough for him. Maybe he's going to be a top 5 pick if he goes this year.
He'll be
But
number 1, no doubt.
over Durant?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's your personal opinion.
No,
I personally think.
And the rest of the 30 teams.
Well, that's okay. But from my college basketball expertise,
Oh,
I would advise Greg Oden to stay another year because I just haven't seen enough consistent play from him, especially in the NCAA tournament. He isn't living up to the bill right now this year. All the hype that came in to this year, he hasn't lived up to it. So, all right. Let's get out of the madness and move on to Joey Porter. And you could have found him on Sunday in Las Vegas playing some blackjack, and Levi Jones said, "Hit me." And he complied. Joey Porter took him outside and hit him right in the old noggin. So, got the new Miami Dolphin, and you got the Cincinnati Bengals, the old criminal mischief going on there. Which team should feel more sick of themselves right now?
The Bengals. It's just an everyday thing with these guys. First, you had the Palmer injury from last year, then the Pollock injury, then Chris Henry, A.J. Nicholson. Everything's going wrong for the Bengals.
Write a 30-minute paragraph.
Basically, you could. Everything that went wrong this year seemed to happen in Cincinnati. This is just another issue that they have to deal with. Cincinnati they need to calm down in Cincinnati.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to take Cincinnati just for the fact that what they've done already with the crimes and stuff, that team's getting worse and worse. You're going to look at Cincinnati, and you're going to think they're the bad guys in the league, which they are. I mean, half the teams spend time in jail now. You can't do anything there. Miami, they're just getting Porter. They can't worry about him right now. They have bigger fish to fry. They got to go look for a quarterback and draft big.
I like that. Fish to fry. Dolphins. I like that.
Well, the old fish to fry. I don't think Miami should be too worried, but Joey Porter, I mean, focus on, do some stuff on the field. We all know he has some disciplinary problems in the past. Nothing like the Cincinnati Bengals. With Levi Jones didn't get arrested, but that would have been the 10th player in the past year who would have gotten arrested on the Bengals team. It's just sick. The Cincinnati Bengals, their whole organization as a whole, get some discipline on your team or just get rid of your players. It totally disgusts me. Every 2 weeks, every month, we see another Cincinnati Bengal player in the news. As for Joey Porter, we can expect this from him. He's a passionate guy. I can see it. But he hates Cincinnati Bengals. He hates Cleveland Browns. Well, he hates just everybody, just about every team in their division from the Steelers. But anyway, Cincinnati Bengals, just it's sad. It's ridiculous. Oh boy. All right, let's move on to basketball.
Oh, boy.
Kobe Bryant of the LA Lakers, and if you haven't heard what he's done in the last 2 games, he's dropped 65 and 50 respectively since 1960. Only MJ and Kobe himself scoring as many points in a 2-game span. Is Kobe Bryant and the Lakers to be feared down the stretch, Tom?
Yes, Kobe Bryant is quite possibly the best player in the game right now. Every time he shoots the ball, some people think it's going down consistently. Any guy who can score 40, 50, even 60 points a night on any given night, if you step up your defense, that's a team that's got to be feared. The Lakers are a quality team, and Kobe is going off right now.
If you want one guy on your team for a one-man team, I think Kobe would be the guy.
Completely.
Correct, Tom?
Oh, yeah, he definitely, that would be the guy you want to start a team around. But I don't think they have a chance right now to make a deep run. They might upset somebody in the first round. I don't think so because they're most likely going to be matched up against San Antonio, and Bruce Bowen's going to be defending them, not some guy from the Timberwolves. I don't know who it was. It might have been a rookie, but he ain't going to put up 65 50 points a night, especially when they got to play back-to-backs. There's no way he's going to do that against Bruce Bowen, one of the best defensive players in the league.
Well,
and
of
the Spurs
course.
slow it down too. So.
Yeah.
Well, of course, if they play San Antonio, no one's going to beat San Antonio, according to you.
I never said that.
Well, that's okay. We just know that as fact. But I'm sorry. I'm making fun of you there.
Heated.
But you just really never know with the Lakers and Kobe Bryant. Each time he puts up, they don't consistently win when he puts up big scoring games. I don't think. Well, if he scores 80, they're going to win. You would think. But I don't think these guys are a big time fear in the playoffs simply because of the stronger Western Conference teams, Dallas, Phoenix, maybe even San Antonio with the good run they've put on lately. But as for right now, you can't win in the playoffs with a one-man show. Get the old triangle offense going. Maybe something good will come. But we are going to take a break. But these fine gentlemen are staying with to do some Take It or Leave It next. This is The Big Hit. Stay tuned.